Okay, so we're going making chocolate chip cookies today, so I thought it'd be a good example to use of where we use our math skills. Now you can pause obviously on the ingredients when you need them, and you can pause on the method as well, just when if you are going to make them, that is. So what we have here is a recipe to make 40 chocolate chip cookies, and it lists the ingredients: 250 grams of butter, 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence, 350 grams of brown sugar, 2 eggs. We have 250 grams of plain flour, 125 grams of self-raising flour, 250 grams of chocolate chips, and I leave out the coconut because I don't like coconut, but you can put it in if you like. So the recipe is there. You can follow it if you want to make it. What I've shown though in the following clips is what do we do if we want to actually make a larger batch. So what we do in that instance is we see what the amount the actual recipe makes, and we divide it into how many we actually want. So in my first example, I show where we want to make 80 cookies. So in that instance that we double our ingredients. And then I show a clip where we want to make 10 cookies. So we quarter. And again, this is a very good example of how people who bake or cook use many different math skills when they're upscaling or using different ingredients for different recipes. And like so many other things in life, that we may have these skills and not actually realize. Good luck. Enjoy your cookies when they're ready. Thank you. Okay, I want to look at my recipe that we've just done there and see how do we increase it. So for instance, in that recipe in the book, it was to make 40 cookies. But what if we want to make double that amount? We want to make 80 cookies. Okay, so we're going to have to double the ingredients, the amount needed for the ingredients in the recipe. So ingredients to make 80 cookies, we're going to multiply by 2. So you look at your butter, 250 grams of butter we need it. So we're going to multiply the butter by 250. So 250 multiplied by 2, 2 zeros is 0, 2 5s is 10, put down your 0, carry your 1, 2 2s is 4, and 1 is 5. So we'll need 500 grams of butter. And it's 16 ounces. We double the 8. I know it says ounces in the recipe book as well. So 8 multiplied by 2 would be 16 ounces. Next ingredient, vanilla essence. It says 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. Well, we double that. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. So 4 teaspoons we would need. Next, brown sugar, 350 grams of brown sugar. So 350 multiplied by 2, again, because we're doubling it. 2 zeros is 0, 2 5s is 10, put down your 0, carry your 1. 2 3s is 6, plus 1 is 7. So 700 grams. And again, it was 11 ounces in the recipe book. So double that, 22 ounces of brown sugar. We needed 2 eggs, so double the eggs, 2 multiplied by 2, so we'll need 4. 250 grams of plain flour. As we've done above, 250 multiplied by 2, 2 zeros is 0, 2 5s is 10, put down your 0, carry your 1, 2 2s is 4, plus 1 is 5, so 500 grams of plain flour, and that's 16 ounces. Okay, then we need 125 grams of self-raising flour. So 125, we're going to double it again, multiply by 2, because when we're doubling something, it means we're multiplying by 2. So 2 5s is 10, put down your 0, carry your 1. 2 2s is 4, plus 1 is 5, put down your 5, and 2 1s is 2. So 2 times 2 multiplied by 125 is 250 grams. And again, it was 4 ounces in the recipe book of the self-raising flour, and I've doubled that to be 8 ounces. And lastly, to double the ingredients, to double the amount of cookies we want, which is 80 cookies, it was 250 grams of chocolate chips, and we double it. And as above again, 2 times 250 grams is 500 grams, which is 16 ounces, which is the 8 ounces multiplied by 2, 16 ounces. So that will give us enough ingredients to cover doubling the recipe for 80 cookies. Okay? The next option is a little bit harder, I think. What if, there's a lot of cookies there, 40 cookies, or in the previous clip we doubled it to be 80 cookies. What if it was only for myself? I'm only cooking the cookies for myself and I want 10 cookies. So chocolate chip cookies, ingredients to make 10 cookies. In that instance, I see how many times 10 goes into 40, which is what the original recipe would make. So 40 divided by 10 is 4. So we're going to divide all of the ingredients by 4. When we're dividing by 4, remember what we're doing again. We're dividing it into 4. We're quartering it. So that might come in handy as well, where we might need fractions or whatever. So first off, we look at the butter. 250 grams of butter was what we were looking at originally. So we're going to divide 4 into 250. Okay? So 250, I put down, write it down like a short division sum. So 4 into 2 doesn't go. 4 into 25 goes 6 times with 1 left over. So I carry that over next to my 0. 4 into 10 goes twice, and I carry 2. Now I add on a decimal point and extra zeros for however many I need. So in that instance, I have my 2 next to the 0 after the decimal point. So 4 goes into 25 times. So essentially, 250 divided by 4 goes 62.5 grams times. Now obviously in this recipe it also included an ounces figure. It had 8 ounces. So obviously that would be easier. So 8 divided by 4 would give us 2 ounces. But I just wanted to show the other sum just by way of explanation as well. We have 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. So it's 2 divided by 4. We're essentially quartering it. So think about it in terms of fractions. I think it's easier. Same as getting a quarter of 2. And in maths, the way we could write that is 1/4, 1 over 4. The word of, in maths, what we tend to do is use a multiplication sign for it. So 1/4 multiplied by, and put my 2 over 1 to turn it into a fraction. And then when we're dealing with fractions, multiplying fractions, we've looked at this before, you multiply top by top, bottom by bottom. So 1 multiplied by 2 gives us 2, and 4 multiplied by 1 gives us 4. And then to simplify that fraction, we divide the top and the bottom by 2. 2 into 2 goes once, 2 into 4 goes twice. So it's a half. Now that's a mathsy way of looking at it. Obviously, if you think about it yourself, we have 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence and we want to divide it by 4. We're going to quarter it, okay? So you end up with half a spoon of vanilla essence for that. All right, 350 grams of brown sugar. We're going to divide 350 by 4 again. 4 into 35 goes 8 times because it's 32. 4 into 35 goes 8 times, 3 left over. 4 into 30 goes 7 times. And remember, when we're doing division again, we might need extra zeros. Put on your decimal point with your zeros there. I'll explain this in further videos a little bit better, but for the moment, so we have 2 remainders, so we carry it over in front of our 0 there. So 4 into 20 goes 5 times. So basically 4 into 350 grams goes 87.5 grams. Okay, 87.5 grams. All right, and I give you your ounces amount there as well, just to make it a little bit easier. All right, 2 eggs. Well, that's going to be the same as the 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence above. So 2 eggs, we get 1/4 of the 2 eggs, which gives us a half. Okay, 250 grams of plain flour. So again, it's 250 divided by 4, which we've done above as well up there. So 250 divided by 4, 4 into 2 doesn't go, 4 into 25 goes 6 times, because 6 fours is 24. We've 1 left over. 4 into 10 goes twice, which is 8, and we've 2 left over, and 4 into 20 goes 5 times. So 62.5 grams is what we get there, and 2 ounces. 125 grams of self-raising flour. So again, 125 divided by 4. 4 into 12 goes 3 times. 4 into 5 goes once, with 1 left over. Add on your decimal point and your zeros. 4 into 10 goes twice, with 2 left over. And 4 into 20 goes 5. So 31.25 grams. And then lastly, chocolate chips, 250 grams of chocolate chips. So we're dividing 4 into the 250 again, which we've done above 2 other times. So again, 4 into 25, 6 times. Remainder 1, put it in front of your 0. 4 into 10 goes twice, with 2 left over. Add in your decimal point and your zeros if you need them. 4 into 20 goes 5 times. So write down your 62, put down your decimal point under where it was, and then, as I say, 4 into 20 goes 5. So 62.5 grams. And again, it's 2 ounces when we're using the ounces, but we're sticking with the grams here. So that would be quartering all of the ingredients, which is definitely harder than doubling, I think. Okay,